I just found out that my girlfriend was basically using me and made me her last resort before we made things official. I'm thinking about breaking up with her. I am 30 and my girlfriend is 29. We have been dating for 2 years now. I recently took my girlfriend on a getaway weekend. Nothing fancy, just a 4-day weekend to the Hilton Hotel going on fun outings. She mentioned she wanted to do like ice skating, dancing, painting, and other fun activities. I am in love with this beautiful woman. Before we started dating, we worked at the same job together and been friends for a long time. I soon grew a crush on her because she was so cool to talk to and be around. I was also friends with her ex-boyfriend. They've been broken up for a year or two by the time I started liking her, and I wanted to ask the ex-boyfriend, since we were friends, would it be okay if I ask her on a date? He said absolutely and had no problems with me and her possibly dating one another. A day later, I asked her to a drive-in theater movie, and she said yes. And after that first movie date, we made the drive-in theater our weekend thing, and we would also go out to eat or to comic conventions and anywhere we spend time together. One day I wanted to make it official, so I asked would she like to be my girlfriend. She said she wanted to remain just friends. Although hurt a little, I was absolutely fine with her decision. We still continued our weekend movie nights and outings. But every once in a while, she would show signs that she liked me. She wouldn't let any other girl talk to me, or if I mentioned a girl I thought was cute, she would say under her breath, "She better stay away from my man." So catching these hints, I stopped talking to other girls and didn't bother to ask any girl out thinking she wanted to go out with me. I asked her to be my girlfriend again, but again she said she just wanted to be friends. A few weeks later, she would quit the job we worked at together and find a new job, but we would still hang out on the weekends. One day I was out running errands and saw her on a date with someone. I didn't approach them, of course. But I have a rule not to go out to movies or any date-like activities with a girl who has a boyfriend. So, I stopped inviting her on our weekend hangouts without telling her why. She didn't mind because her attention was on the other guy. I wanted to give her and the guy I thought she was dating their space. 3 months went by without us texting or hanging out, and out of the blue, she texted me asking if we could hang out to catch up and chat. I said yes, of course, and after that we started hanging out again, going to the movies together, and she would come over my place almost every day, and we would watch movies until 12 or 1 a.m. And once again she would drop hints that she liked me, but I wasn't going to ask her out a third time just in case I was wrong if she liked me. I thought to myself that she would be the one to ask me out. And after 4 months she finally did. I said yes almost immediately. Which brings us to her telling me after our weekend getaway away that the entire time we were hanging out before we got together, she was dating and sleeping with other guys. And around the time I asked her ex-boyfriend if I could date her, they were still sleeping together while we was going on to the drive-in theaters and spending the weekends together. Even during the months of her coming over my place and hanging out until midnight after the 3-month gap of us not talking, she was still sleeping with other guys. She told me she didn't want any other girls talking to me because she liked me the whole time we were hanging out. She just wasn't ready for a relationship, but when she went to her new job, she jumped into a 4-month relationship. Even the night before she asked me to be her boyfriend, she went on a date and slept with a guy, and she was hoping for a second date with him, but he ghosted her. She told me she liked that I was nice to her, but wanted to have sex without any attachment, which is why she slept with other guys while hanging out with me. In the beginning of the relationship, she only told me she danced with other dudes at the club while out with friends, kiss a guy, and would get in random dudes' cars when she needed a ride. Best comments. OP explains the reason for girlfriend, telling him all the things she did. She is messing with him right now. She keeps him dangling and won't let him date other girls, leads him on, refuses to date him, and then when she finally deigns to give him a chance, she makes sure he knows that she was stringing him along and sleeping with plenty of other guys. She's totally enjoying the power trip of having you desperate for her. Break it off with her. You really happy being last choice? Why would she even tell you all of this? To humiliate you? She probably wants you break up with her or do some big valiant fight for her. And that's some nice friend you have, not mentioning he was still sleeping with her when you wanted to ask her out. Throughout our relationship, she always said she didn't deserve me, but I never understood why she kept saying that. Now she says she loves me and feels guilty, so she told me all about her past to make me understand. Did you tell her how it makes you feel? Communication can be key there before you make a decision. Yes, we have spoken about it, and I have told her how I feel. She's very apologetic, but sometimes when I ask her questions about it, she gets irritated or annoyed. Update number 1. Thank you everyone for the advice and thoughts. After a long conversation, I've decided to break up with her. After asking what was her thought process in using and stringing me along for so long, she told me she simply wanted to have her cake and eat it. Also, I am no longer friends with her ex-boyfriend. I was asked why would I ask her ex-boyfriend would it be okay to ask her on date. He and I was close friends in our early 20s. Out of respect for him, I wanted to make sure it wouldn't be awkward to see his friend and ex-girlfriend together. I also asked my ex-girlfriend why did she reach out to me after the 2 months I gave her and the guy she was dating space. She told me she was curious on what I was up to and missed hanging out. She stopped talking to that guy she met at her new job months before she reached out. But a few weeks after she reached out to me, she slept with him again. She said she was in fact using me for the type of attention I was giving her. Most of the guys she slept with tricked her into having sex, unprotected sex, or having her by the hotel rooms. And she only asked me out because she was tired of being used and sleeping with random people and knew I wasn't going to use her like they did. But in the end, I couldn't stay with someone who couldn't respect me from the start. Thank you for listening and helping.